So about 3 weeks ago, I went to Vegas. My wife had a business trip, so I just went and kept her company, and I noticed walking around, everywhere you went, there was $10 tattoos. I had a lot of time to just walk around because she was busy working and going to conferences, so I just kind of walked for hours and hours and hours each day. Walked about 8 hours the first day. And, you know, I noticed these $10 tattoo shops almost everywhere I went. As far as I can tell, the originator is this world famous Koolsville tattoo. And they have a thing going where you go to each of their 7 locations and get a $10 tattoo. And then at your last stop, you get a more expensive, like $50 tattoo. So on my 3rd or 4th day in Vegas, I decided, why don't I just go do that? So I got up real early in the morning. I think the shops don't open until 11. I was probably walking at about 9 o'clock. But then I jumped in an Uber and went to the first location, because the first location is pretty far away from the strip. I don't know the exact location. You can look that up online. But like the first and last location, you pretty much have to Uber. But if you walk around a lot like I do, the other 5 shops are all very close to the strip or on the strip or in the arts district. So you can just kind of walk around and do that. So yeah, I took it upon myself to finish this challenge, or attempt to finish the challenge. I wasn't really sure that I was going to do this. 8 tattoos in one day is a lot. Pretty much the way I do everything, unfortunately for right now. I'm like 20 minutes early to the first spot, so I just gotta wait because there's not much going on out this way. So yep, like I said, 20 minutes early at least, maybe closer to a half an hour early. So I decided to just walk around the neighborhood. As you can see, there's not much going on out here by this first shop. One thing I did notice back in this neighborhood, right behind the first stop for Koolsville, is a lot of dogs. A lot of dogs in people's yards. So here's this dude, he wanted to eat me. You're okay. Hey, it's okay. You shouldn't be out. I don't know. I think he was actually a pretty nice dog. He just wanted to see me. But yeah, all these houses, some of them had like 10 dogs in the yard. It seemed like everybody had dogs. My kind of neighborhood.
Hey, baby.
So the shop was finally open, and I went in, picked out a $10 tattoo, decided to do a ladybug. The tattoo artist was really nice, but when I asked him if I could film, he was kind of reluctant, so I was like, all right, fine, no problem. He said he was like newer, but he was a really, really nice guy. So I didn't film myself getting the tattoo, but boom, there's the ladybug. So one tattoo down, and I jumped in an Uber. I think it was actually a Lyft, and I was off to the next location. Probably less than 10 minutes or so. I ended up at the second location here. Well, I guess I was wrong in the beginning of this video. I guess I Ubered or Lyfted to 3 locations. So this was the second one. This one was also kind of far away from the strip. This artist was super awesome as well. And you know, these shops, they don't just do the $10 tattoos. All these guys and girls working in these shops are true tattoo artists, and they do all kinds of other stuff like this right here. So here I am getting my second tattoo. I decided to do a little alien face, I believe, this time. Again, this dude was super nice. I'll put his name or his business card or something up on the screen. Here's my little alien face. So 2 down, and I Ubered to the next one. I think this was a little more than 10 minutes away. This might have been like 15 minutes away by car. So here's the third shop. I'm trying to remember what I actually got in this shop. Let's see. I don't remember it, but I'm sure I'll show it in a minute. So from here, I just walked to the next location. Let's see. I got, I can't even tell. Oh, a little skull on the back of my arm. And that was 3 shops down. And normally I wouldn't really go for a $10 tattoo, but it's just the whole idea of being in Vegas and the fact that they have this ink crawl, and I figured why not. But at this point, I was kind of just like, you know, I could break off and stop doing this and just go do something else or check something else out in Vegas. I didn't really like the Strip. I don't gamble, so just wandering around was kind of my thing, and later I found the Arts District, which is awesome. But yeah, I was just kind of thinking like, 3, that's good. Maybe I'll just end it here. But so here I am actually wandering into the Arts District, which I had already seen the day before, and the Arts District is just fantastic. It's only been around about 8 years, but it's so much better than the main part of Vegas, the Strip. Here's this little dive bar that I later actually go and get some lunch at. But yeah, so here is the 4th location that I stopped at, and this is in the Arts District. And this is probably my favorite shop of all of them that I went to. I should have wrote down notes because I don't actually remember what I was getting. So here, no I do. I think here I was getting a Pac-Man on my ankle. That was, I think, a $20 tattoo, but they let you, like, you know, go for a more expensive one as part of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that was 4 down. And my plan was to get a Pac-Man and then a ghost on my ankle. So here's this cool little spot I stopped for lunch. It's called Davy Jones' Locker, I believe. It's just a little, like, dive bar, but it was so freaking cool. I really like it in here. Again, this is part of the Arts District, and the Arts District is absolutely worth going to Vegas for just for that. Got myself a soft pretzel and a Modelo. There's my Pac-Man. And then I was off. I walked to the next location. And I think this walk was, you know, maybe 20 minutes. It wasn't terrible. Yeah, so like I said, I don't really gamble. I think my wife spent $20 gambling the whole time we were here. I didn't spend a cent gambling. Spent my money on food, tattoos, and that was about it. I just kind of wandered around outside of that and went in the pool at the hotel. But the two things I love about Vegas are the Arts District, which is absolutely fantastic. They do like First Fridays every single Friday of the year. All these artists come out. There's all these cool little shops, little dive bars, some really nice restaurants, a handful of breweries. Every single building has like graffiti or a mural. There's just art-related stuff everywhere in Vegas, in that Arts District. And so that and the Mexican food. I mean, once you get away from the strip, there's all these cool little spots with like $3 tacos and $4 tacos, and they're just so awesome. I had my first ever cactus taco when I was there, and that was pretty fantastic. And then, you know, typical whatever, like beef and pork and chicken. I had a fair amount of tacos when I was out there. So here I am, I got a ghost done. So that's 5 down. And at this point, I realized that the way that I walked to this shop, I should have walked to the shop I'm going to now instead. So it kind of tacked on like at least an extra 20 minutes or so to this walk. So I think at this point, I probably walked from this shop to the next one like 45 minutes to an hour, where I should have been able to do them both much shorter, much quicker. I don't know how long it would have taken me, but if I had gone to this shop first and then back to the other one that I just was at, it would have made more sense. But hey, whatever. I like walking around. But I had never had my ankles tattooed before, so that was kind of weird, walking around with like a brand new 2 tattoos, I guess, on my ankle. But whatever, it was fine. So here I am, I guess, at my 6th. Yep, I got my 6th tattoo. Which was what? I think I got, I don't know if I just showed it or not, I wasn't paying attention, but I got a little UFO around the corner on my arm from the alien face. And this location was cool as hell. So I had to Uber to this one because this one was away from the strip or Arts District or that area as well. But it was inside of a giant dispensary, like a mall dispensary. I've never seen anything like this before. They had to like check my ID when I came in and like check my bag. And then I walked in and it was just, everything is about marijuana in here. It was so weird. I've never seen anything like this being from Pennsylvania. There was like this shop here, I think I show it later, they make all kinds of like candies and gummies and stuff. This was really cool to watch. A lot of automated stuff, but like they're actually in there. It's like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, but for marijuana candy. And that's the dispensary itself. So many people in there. So this was really cool. So here's the last tattoo shop, Koolsville tattoo shop, within the dispensary. I don't know what I would have done if I forgot my ID. I guess I wouldn't have been able to finish this this challenge, but I had it on me, so here I am. I really was lost as far as what my last tattoo should be. So I picked out a little tooth and I just kind of got that on my arm between some other tattoos that I already have. So here I am. Actually, this is not the tooth. I think he actually gave me my $50, well, $50, but it was free, flash tattoo, which I got Homer Simpson on the back of my arm. Oh no, I guess he had already done the tooth. No. Okay, so they were both on 2 different arms. So he did the Homer Simpson first, which was my free tattoo, and then he did the tooth. So that was it. I finished the challenge that I wasn't very sure if I was going to be able to pull off. There's the gummy candies. It's insane. So I wasn't so sure I was going to pull off this this challenge, and at least twice during the day I was like, you know what? forget it, I'm not going to do this. I might as well just stop. But I did it. And then the next day, me and my wife went to the Punk Rock Museum, and I actually got a 9th tattoo. It was much bigger and took much longer. But yeah, it was a cool experience, and you know, it was fun. I think anybody going out to Vegas that doesn't really want to gamble and doesn't want to see the regular sights, like, this was a fun little thing to do. Here's just more of this dispensary. I think all in all, it took me, I got up, I was at the first shop at like 11 o'clock. I'd say I probably finished by like 4 o'clock, 4 p.m., maybe 5 p.m., because I know my wife was getting out of a conference and then going back to the room, and I tried to meet her, but I just missed her, because then she had to go out for, I guess, like a client dinner or something. But yeah, so maybe closer to 5 p.m. So 11 to 5 p.m. Most of it was walking. It was fun, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you like to partake in a little dubage, I guess you might as well go out to Vegas and check this place out too. Cheers.